Hey, hey, hey. Hello, people. Hey, this is episode 64 of the Duggystone podcast. Wow, 64. Available on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. And as always, you're listening to me.
The Duggystone Show.
Oh, yeah.
The Duggystone Show.
Yeah, on this cast, we're going to be talking to a great up-and-coming artist that I've come across. I do an urban rhythm show on a Saturday evening, UK time, 10 p.m. And on that, I play artists up-and-coming. I play some of the season's music. And I also play some of, if you've not seen it, Larry Nelson's Freestyle Friday. So go and check out him. So what I do on this, what this show's about, I'm talking to one of the artists called The Surgeon. He's based up in St Helens, which is the northwest in England, if you're not sure where that is, not too far from Liverpool. So yeah, I had a great chat with him. I hope you enjoyed the interview. If you want to know a bit more about us, why not go over to Duggystone Radio, that's DUGGYSTONE radio.com, where you'll see the schedule, what's on, and all that sort of stuff. And things like this show will be on there as a podcast. So without further ado, let's get on with this show. And as this is going out onto platforms which are governed by copyright, there'll be no music on this show. But if you go over to our Mixcloud at Duggystone Radio, during this show on that cast, I will be putting some of the Surgeon's music. He is an absolute brilliant artist. And without further ado, let's get on with the show. Hey, right, people. Interview time. So I was over in Malta, as you know, at Christmas, and I met up with Ian from Underground Sound, and I hooked him up with some guys in the States, and he says, I've got a guy you need to speak to, and I think you should interview him and get him on your show, and been playing some of his music, and he's in the UK, so he goes by the name of The Surgeon. So welcome, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, mate. And yourself?
Would you like to introduce yourself for everyone out there and tell them what you're about?
Yeah. Well, I'm Jacob Barton. Obviously, my alter ego is The Surgeon. There's videos on why I chose this name. So if you want to find out more, you can go to my YouTube page, which is The Surgeon. My Instagram is The Surgeon UK. My SoundCloud is J The Surgeon B, and my Snapchat is J The Surgeon B. So it's pretty simple, really. If you need to follow me or you want to find out more, then you can find that on social media. I don't want to give too much away because I like to keep the mystery of my personal music and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Just because if I give too much out now, then the followers won't just jump on straight away. They need to find out more for themselves, so they need to search.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because I was been playing an artist I've just discovered the last couple of days, and I've gone away and listened to his. I've been given a bit of a backstory by someone who's related to him, and then when I've gone and watched the videos, and it's absolutely brilliant. And same with yours. I mean, I watched yours. I can't think what the track is now. The one where you actually, I won't give too much, but you actually got a surgeon mask on, haven't you?
The standing alone one.
Yeah, it's really good. That I played that on Underground Sound Show the other week.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. That's probably one of my favourite tunes that I've done as well.
Yeah. So, what got you into music then, and obviously like the urban rhythm type stuff? What got you into that?
I've got a vast knowledge of music, basically. I was brought up by obviously mixed parents. My mum was white, she's got Irish in her family, Spanish, and my dad is black. He's got Caribbean in her family. So my mum had different tastes, but she liked reggae and indie and rock, and my dad liked pretty much all types of music. And my mum likes all types of music now. I think as you get older, you get more knowledge. So obviously their knowledge of music was always brought into my life. So I just love music in general. So I've always been a fan of music. But really, what got me into music was poetry. And you probably, if you know poetry, Spike Milligan. I used to read his book when I was 10. And
Yeah.
since I read his first book, I started writing poetry, and then that poetry just ended up becoming a part of music, and then ended up being an artist,
I love
so
that.
to speak. So
Yeah, I love that. The reason why I like that is, and that's why I like doing these interviews. I am really into. I've wrote some poetry a bit way back when I was going through a bit of a dark time, and I wrote some poetry of my own, which I suppose is how you start writing songs. Um, but I've always really been into poetry, even though I'm dyslexic. I really like poetry and I like words, and obviously I think that's why I really like the music. And only recently I've really got into the urban rhythm, the hip hop scene, and it's very much word based and it's very much telling stories rather than I like all music, I like everything. I love what you're saying. I love reggae. I love all sorts of music. Reggae is one of my biggest genres that I
yeah,
like new country, hip hop. I like everything. I don't really like jazz and things like that, but I'm really into
yeah,
words, really into the words, and what you guys do in that genre is very word based. Some of it's very hard hitting, but it's all telling stories, isn't it? All your music's telling a story.
of course. But unfortunately for our age, and obviously, sorry, my age and your age, because we've seen music grow from the 1980s. I haven't personally, but you probably have yourself. But nowadays, it's too basic for me. For my liking, it's too basic. And I know a lot of people don't want to go into clubs and listen to tunes where they've got to tell a deep story and stuff. But that I don't think hip hop and R&B and rap should be categorized. Well, R&B maybe, but rap and hip hop should not be categorized as club music because it's not. Hip hop is from the streets and it's urban music. It's not music where it's like, oh, let's go and party, let's go and spend our wages, let's go and do this. That's not the message that hip hop brings. It's about a story of struggling or emotions from that person. And if you feel it, then obviously the musician has done the job because they're saying stories to let the people know who listen to hip hop that you're not alone. We all go through the same troubles.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I said his name wrong this morning, but I was listening to what do they call him? Call him Sticklebricks, but he's not Sticklebricks. His name's Stittlebrick. I think that's how you pronounce it, Stittlebricks.
Yeah,
And I listened to I had a bit of a background of his upbringing, yeah, and struggles and all the rest of it. And when I listened to his songs, I felt quite emotional listening to it because
yeah,
I felt what he was singing, and it's amazing. And all the music when it gets to you, when it gets inside you and evokes an emotion or a feeling, or you yeah, and you're right. It's not for club music. It's for actually sitting down and listening. And for me, a lot of music, like the urban music, is the modern day poetry, where we instead of listening to someone reading poetry, which is that's an historical way of spreading stories. I think it's the modern way of poetry. To be honest with you.
yeah. I agree with you though.
So, so what you up to at the minute? So you we was talking just before we started doing the interview. You're actually involved community wise. You're doing stuff in the community, I believe.
At the moment, I'm not currently, but I'm looking to get back into, even if it's just sports, because I'm very sporty myself, and I'm looking to go back into studying, doing youth work again. I did youth, I've finished my level one youth work, and I'm looking to go back in September and jump straight onto the level three, which is like youth management course. So then I'll be able to work with the youth again. I have done volunteering work where I've done music workshops over the northwest. I've took place in numerous times where I've gone to perform in youth clubs and stuff in my hometown, but that was when I was younger. But now that I've got more of a name for myself, I personally think that the kids would appreciate it more because when I go through town now, it's not like I'm not famous by any means, but a lot of kids look up to me, and like, if I can go in and give them a moment of my time, I know that when I was looking up to people and we tried to get them to our youth clubs, it was different then. And I'm not saying, obviously, a lot of our artists was from down south and wherever and overseas, so it's hard. But I always remember people coming in and teaching us how to write music and stuff and hold microphones and performing techniques. And that stuck with me now through life. That was as a kid. So if I can do that and give it, and obviously, even if there was 10 people and I uplifted two out of that 10. That's my main goal, really. That's why I want to go back into the youth work.
No, yeah, I love that, mate. I do. I do. I work with a charity myself in the Midlands, where we go in and talk to. excuse me. We talk to kids and try and inspire them. So that some of them are on a business like programs and things like that. But I talk about my struggle with dyslexia, even though I got quite senior in business in a global business. I still struggled with being dyslexic, and in the end, when I found out, I left that, and that's one of the things that I tried or I am doing is I'm on a mission to change the perception. So something to you, if I go into a school and I can affect one person, then I've done my job, and then that one person, it has a ripple effect. You don't know what that impact that you've had, that someone's come and taught you. You could have gone down a totally different route, but because of that input, you're out. You know, the way you're expressing yourself is in a positive way, as in doing the youth work, and also then into your music, which is brilliant. So if you can give that back down to other kids up and coming now, that's brilliant, isn't it? Really, I think it's a good thing to do.
Of course. And it's mad that you say that you do that in the Midlands, because I've actually got family in the Midlands as well, and I do visit the Midlands quite a lot. So, and the Midlands is a place where it does need a lot of people to go around and speak to the youth, because, as you know yourself, it's one of the highest gang populated cities in England. So
Yeah, it's not good, is it? And we've got to get them.
counties, even not cities, counties. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got
But
to
yeah,
get people to think of things in a different way, and not to be seeing the criminal way or the gang culture and a way of life. We've got to find an outlet for them. I mean, unfortunately, some of the issues with some of the urban music is it does invoke that sort of gang culture, doesn't it? Which is not good in some respects. It's not what you want to do, but it's sort of people look at it and they can perceive it as being, oh well, great, I've got to get in a gang because that's part of the culture. You know, but it's how you counteract that as well, isn't it? By getting them up and running, but not getting them to go down the wrong route.
of course. And personally, obviously, this is my personal opinion, by the way, but I think people who've been involved in crime or something that isn't legitimate, they are the best speakers because they've been through it. It's like if you broke your legs, for instance, and you wanted someone who was a physiotherapist or someone who can help you out, like to talk you through it. You're going to listen to somebody more who's been through the accident than somebody who's just come and got a qualification and been like, yeah, so what you need to do, you need to have someone with experience. So it's not sympathy, it's empathy.
Yeah, I get that as well. I get that as well. So is that why your music then? Is that why you've got into your music as well? Is that your way of just expressing yourself, or is that also where you're getting your message out to the kids as well? Is that the reason behind it?
It's not just that I'm not just going to say it's just for the kids. My music is for all ages, and some of it is very, very, very hardcore and raw. Some of it's happy as you like. But it's the way I feel, so it is expressing my emotions. But in a lot of my songs, I do try and pick up things in the area and tell kids not to do this, not to do that, and the adults can see that I'm trying to be a role model, no matter what I do, even if I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to tell them not do as I do, but do as I say. So
Yeah. Oh, cool. So, is your plans? Because I know you're a grafter as well, and you're working like a lot of the guys are. They supplement their music ambitions with actual day-to-day work that everyone else does. I think a lot of the times people will probably see your videos and other guys that I talk to videos and go, "Oh, great! Look at that! They're making a fortune because they're on YouTube and they've got 10,000 views or 50,000 views, what have you. Oh, they must be making a mint." But a lot of you guys are actually supplementing what you're doing with actual graft, haven't you? I think a lot of people miss that.
yeah, obviously it's like when I got signed to a label. I think it was last year, but I'm not on the label anymore. But everyone just assumed that. They was like, "Oh, I told you to make it," and I was like, "Whoa, hang on a second. This is just early stages. I've not even made 3 pence yet." You know what I mean? So it's like you're saying, like the video wise, yeah, videos cost money, studios cost money, so
Yeah.
we've got to put money in, and hopefully, yeah, the end goal is to get money back from it. So obviously, money back from doing something we love, but at the same time, that it's not like we don't need to get money from what we do because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I said, if we was to make money off it, then that's an absolute bonus. So obviously you got to keep grinding. You never know who's going to notice you, but at the same time, I'm going to make money. I'm going to make music till I'm dead, basically.
Yeah.
So
No, I know, I get that. I totally get it because it's similar to what we're doing with this radio station. All the presenters are doing it because they actually enjoy doing it, and I actually enjoy interviewing people and bringing new music out there and discovering people that no one else is playing. And my aim is to. I'm really looking forward to our artists getting signed and making a success of what they're doing. But none of us are. So we do it anyway. That's why we're doing it. But obviously, a lot of us, especially me and a couple of others, are doing this on a full-time basis. So we've got to, at some point, turn it into a way of generating cash to keep funding us to keep doing what we're doing, because you spend a lot of time on it. But I get it. We would carry on doing the radio. I started doing the radio because I wanted to do it, and I saw an opportunity, saw a way of bringing people together. So I do it because I love doing it. But yeah, like you say, if you get cash at the end of it, what a bonus that is. That's great, and you can carry on doing it, can't you? And do more. So if you get funded and get successful as an artist, then that gives you more of an opportunity to go and make a difference in your youth work, and more people will be aware of you, and more people take notice of you. So that's like a spin-off from it, isn't it, if you become famous?
no, of course, mate. That's like you said yourself. You do presenting because obviously you're trying to help people out, and not only that, you enjoy doing it. So yeah, basically, but everything you've just said, then I can't agree more.
Yeah. No, cool. So we've got to know each other because of our link with Underground Sound. I'll give them a shout out. Undergroundsound.eu in Malta. They run an article on you, didn't they, a few months ago? I saw that.
Yeah, they did obviously like similar type of interview, but it was more written questions. So we didn't really speak. We have spoke before, but we didn't really speak over the phone and stuff. But yeah, it was similar, and I can't thank Underground Sound enough because people don't see, like, even though these are little tiny steps, it's someone else's time. Like Ian's taking his time to try and make links for me and get videos and do little clips and put stuff on his own personal pages. And sometimes, yeah, it might take 2 minutes. Sometimes could have a weak Wi-Fi connection or something bad could have happened that week, personal issues. But he's still going out and trying to get me and people I associate with known and get recognition for that, what we do. So obviously, every time I get a moment, and even if I'm just in the house, I'll put like a link up, follow an Instagram for instance. Go and follow Underground Sound, Facebook, follow Underground Sound. Thanks to Underground Sound for my interview. This is my interview. Stuff like that. It's not hard to do, but at the same time, I appreciate everything he's doing for me because he doesn't know me, doesn't need to do it. He's just doing it off his own back. So, like I said, I can't thank him enough for what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, and he's in a similar sort of position. I mean, I personally met him in December, that was just bizarre because I went to stay with my brother in Malta because my brother lives over there. My mum and dad had an apartment there, and someone I know through Larry Nelson in Detroit, Teresa, said to Ian, "Oh, by the way, Kirk from Duggystone Radio is on the island," and we met and had a chat and got to know each other. I mean, that's bizarre, isn't it? Have I lost you?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear him. What did you say in the last bit? He cut off a little tiny bit. I just heard bizarre.
Sorry. Yeah, what I was saying is I was in Malta and Teresa, who I know in the States, who knows Larry Nelson, sent a message to Ian saying, "Oh, by the way, Ian, Kirk's on the island, so why don't you go and meet up?" Oh,
Was that just by chance, like, or?
well, so I never knew who Ian was. It's just that, but because I know people in the States and they knew I was going to Malta, they know Ian and said, "Ian, Kurt's going to Malta," and that's how we ended up meeting. That's how he ended up telling me about you.
That's cool. That.
Yeah, so I'm sat in an apartment with my parents and my wife and my son, and I says, "Oh, I'm going to go and do an interview this week in a meeting," and go, "Who is?" Says, "This guy," and he went, "Who is he?" I said, "No idea, I've never met him, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna go and meet him. He's from Underground Sound." So, and then he's introduced me to you. I've introduced him to other people, and like you say, it's that effort just to make people. Help people out. I mean, and you're right. What you're doing there is brilliant, and Ian will appreciate that because the amount of interviews I do with people, and they don't even bother listening, they don't even bother sharing it, don't even bother getting it on. You think, hang on a minute, I've spent all this time talking to you. I'm doing this to promote you, and you get a message back saying, "Oh, couldn't tune in. Have you got the audio anywhere?" Or where? And you think, "Hang on a minute, what's this all about? Crazy, isn't it?"
No, I know. Like, it's like, obviously, I know nobody gives to receive, but at the same time, it's nice to get something back, even if it's just an appreciation or a little message saying, "Thanks for what you've done for me. I appreciate it." That means a lot to me, even to anybody. I think it's like if I give someone a CD, if somebody likes that CD and they share it, 9 times out of 10, I'll give them the next CD free because they put somebody onto me.
Yeah.
So
It's basic stuff, isn't it, mate? It's basic. It's almost as basic as please and thank you, and it's just another way of please and thank you for doing what you've done. So, what's the plans music-wise? What you're working on at the minute? You're working on some new stuff. Have you got any plans to release more music?
Yeah, to be honest, when just before Underground Sound did get in touch with me, I'd released an EP, but this time round, and people can call me mad for this, but I released it and I didn't tell them about it. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to see if people were still following and looking in the right places for my music. But without me promoting it, it didn't get any not any. It didn't get a lot of responses when I usually promote it. But at the same time, I think obviously what I've looked is I obviously analysed it all. The people who have been viewing my stuff are the same followers as always viewed it, plus a few more, 10 or 20 more. So I've been building up the fan base, and what I'm doing now is I'm connecting with all my fans the best that I can do. So I build a loyal fan base up. So if I get 100 solid views, it's 100 followers, and then if they pass it on to somebody else, then who knows? It could be 200 in a month, and then 300. But like I put this video out the other day. I didn't put it on Facebook or anything. I just put it on my own channel, and it's literally nearly onto 1,000 views, and it's not a lot. But if I put it on someone else's channel, I could get 1,000 views in a night because they've got so many subscribers.
Yeah.
So that's just that's the last EP that I did. That was called Off the Radar, and obviously the video is out now, and I can send you the audio file as well if you need to play, if you want to play it on your radio.
Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play it right after when we're on the radio. We'll be playing it right now, off the record.
Yeah.
So what's it called again? Say it again. Introduce it.
The tune is called Off the Radar, and it's off the recent EP, which is called Off the Radar. It's on SoundCloud. I've got physical copies of the EP, and I can post them out to anywhere in the world, but you will have to pay post and packaging costs.
Oh, that's brilliant, mate. Yeah, and we'll what we're going to do, we'll that'll have been in this part of the show, and we'll hopefully everyone will have enjoyed that. But I think going to what you're saying about that, then about you just releasing it, I think you make a really good point as well, because if you've got everyone's chasing thousands and thousands of followers and views and all the rest of it, so I'll view, but if they're not solid back fan base, they'll come and go. But if you've got like you've tested it and you've got at least 100 or whatever solid fans, that's probably worth more than having 1,000 people viewing it, because they'll keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And that's right, quite a good test that you've done there, quite a good acid test of your popularity. And it also proves and demonstrates that you do have to keep pushing and promoting your stuff, because the internet and social media and all the music channels are so packed with information. It's how do you sift through it, and how do you, so you no matter how successful you get, you have to keep promoting yourself.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And like,
Just hang on a sec. Just hang on a sec. Just stay there. I'll be 2 seconds. Just hang on. Yeah, sorry about that. You still there? Right, yeah, my wife's working from home today. She wanted to come and do a phone call in. I'm in my studio and I'm doing an interview. So, because someone's doing some work in the house. Right, so I'll cut that bit out. Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it, it's all right.
Yeah, so where was we up to then? What was we saying?
Yeah, the new music, I just talked about Off the Radar.
Oh, yeah.
But I have got a new CD coming soon, which is called FYI, and the first F is a swear word, and the rest of it is your industry.
Right.
Obviously, basically, what it is I've been a part of the Liverpool scene now for 2 years, solid, been in and out, been mingling with people who have come and gone, and I've seen a lot of people. I've been on a lot of performances and stuff, and not only that, this is one of the big reasons behind it. But I've been involved in loads of different. I've been involved in loads of different gigs, EPs, just tracks in general, and at the time I was hitting thousands of views on Facebook videos and whatever. I had a good following. So I think a lot of people just jumped on a bandwagon and was like, oh yeah, we'll get into music and stuff. I'm very open what I say, and if I offend people, basically I couldn't care. I just say what I think. So we've had a few people, I've had little crosswords and stuff. So at the moment, what I've realised is hip hop is hip hop. So there was no, even though I did gain a lot of knowledge from going into the Liverpool scene and surrounding scenes, it's best off to start my own scene in my own town and build from it and get people involved from other towns and just do collaborations. And don't just focus yourself on one area. The Liverpool hip hop scene was a lot bigger than the St Helens one. So obviously I've got my face known in Liverpool now. But now it's time to build my own, in a sense, my own empire. I've been involved in labels where the labels didn't do that much for me. They did, but not as much as they said. I've had sponsorships where the sponsorships have fell through and videos have just gone missing. 17 videos which had thousands of views on again. So that's all my work and all the, well, obviously I know it's their work as well, but all my work that went missing. And I've had a lot of ups and downs with people and just general backstabbing issues to do with music. So that's why the EP is called F Your Industry, because I started towards the end of, like, when I started getting onto label, I started making music to please people, and that was never me. I always made music to just tell people how I felt or address situations. So now, like, you can hear from genuinely the first the introduction song. If you hear Off the Radar, when you hear Off the Radar, sorry, you'll hear the passion in my voice. My voice is different. My voice doesn't sound like it usually does. It does sound like it did on my first ever album.
Yeah.
Because it was all passion, and it was all like, I was basically on the mic, I was screaming into the microphone, I was using that much anger and aggression. So now you can hear on the new EP, it's like the old raw sound that I used to have. So in a sense, I'm going back to the old me where I say what I want. If I offend people, so what? It's the way it is. It's a game. It's just a game. We're in the business, so we don't have to be friends. We can be associates, and if you don't help me progress, then fine, I can cut you off and I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's just the way it is.
No, I love
that's my new EP.
I love it. It's perfect. And you're right. What tends to happen is it's like I've always said with this station, Duggystone Radio, we're not controlled by anyone, so we can play what we want, and we won't be controlled by anyone, because then people start to say, oh, we want you to produce this, we want you to do this, and why are you playing this artist? And these are our artists coming up, so we want you to play this. Like a lot of the mainstream and some of the one of my genres is country music, new country, and there's some amazing artists in the UK. Like, should be, you listen to their tracks and listen to other people's tracks who are famous, and you think, why aren't these being played? Same as you're a great producer of urban rhythm music. Why are you not being played on mainstream radio or mainstream? Because it's controlled, because the label that, I don't know, Fred Bloggs is on that label. Well, that label is controlling that radio station and putting the airplay out, so you'll never get a sniff in. And that's what we want to do here. Is we know people will gravitate towards your music because they like it, they like you, and things like this, things like an underground sound, highlights you to a group of individuals, and that's what I want to do. Yeah, we've not got hundreds of thousands of listeners on a show, but I'm not bothered if we've only got, a smaller amount, but all those are engaged with us and are proper listening, regular listeners. We don't know who those listeners are, and I think that's, you're right, keep it what you want to produce the stuff you want to produce for you, because that's the whole reason you got into the industry, not for someone sat in a record studio somewhere, trying to make a buck off the back of you. No,
of course. And there's one artist who I follow at the moment, and I have done since he first dropped his mixtape. It's Kendrick Lamar, And
Right.
even though he is now in the charts, if you listen to his, don't know if it was his first tune, but it was his first mainstream tune called Swimming Pools. He,
Right.
he's singing about people who have fell a victim to the bottle, fell a victim to alcoholism.
Right.
But at the same time, his chorus is a party tune. And for those people, and this is not me being judgmental, but for those people who are numb-minded to lyricism, they'll just see that as a party tune. They'll hear the beat. The beat's got a nice bass line. It's got good lyrics. It's easy. It's easy to say back, and the chorus is really catchy. But when you look beyond that, he's spitting about his demons and stuff and what he's actually been through. But at the same time, it's that much of a catchy tune. It can be played at parties when you're drinking.
Yeah, I get that. And when you
I
drink
mean,
it, when the
you
irony is when you're sat drinking, it's about someone's an alcoholic. Yeah, but and that going back to the start, that's why I like the genre, because you're all wherever I'm listening to stuff. I listen to stuff from guys in Africa, from Ireland, from the UK, from Detroit. They've all got a different sound because of the different areas they're from, and some of the voices are slightly different. Like when you sing, I can tell you from the UK, and the style is UK. But the what they're talking about is brilliant. You know, you can listen to it and go, oh man, I can relate to that. It's just a fantastic way to get a message over. I love it.
No, of course, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been. I've really enjoyed getting to know you and talking to you a bit, and I'm looking forward to you going out and doing your own thing and getting even more, building your fan base or getting even more successful from where you are now. And I'm looking forward to seeing your journey also in the things that you're doing in the youth work. Because by the sound, listening to you talk and seeing some of your music, seeing some of your videos, I know whoever you come in contact will benefit from your passion, your background, and what you're about. I think it's great what you're doing, mate. I really do. And I wish you all the success.
No, I appreciate that, mate. And the same goes to you. And if you ever need any exclusives or in general, anybody to put forward and play some exclusive music from my area or the Northwest, give us a shout and I'm sure I can hook you up as well.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a link that I can give you, and you can email me or message me. But we're about promoting new artists and new music, and if we can get any exclusive to put on the station, all well and good. And I've started doing Facebook lives in the morning where I'm showcasing people. I've not played any of your stuff yet, but I will do. I've only done it the last couple of days. But yeah, it's about us all working together, and that's what it's about. There's me, there's you. You're hooked up with the people that I'm hooked up with now, and between us, we'll just keep producing what we're producing, and hopefully, and it appears to be, people actually like what we're doing, all of us, and it's great. And the more people we can get on board, more people can connect, then great. So so you did say at the start, so where's the best place to people to get hold of you?
Well, I've deleted Facebook, my personal Facebook, but I have got a Facebook page called The Surgeon. I'm on YouTube as well. You can just type in The Surgeon, you can come up with my personal YouTube channel. My social media that I use is Instagram, which is The Surgeon UK. So that's the main one. I have got a Snapchat, but I rarely use it. I do put previews on every now and again, but my Instagram is a lot more active than any other social media. So
yeah, I think I never used to like Instagram. I got into it the last couple of years because you can put little snippets of videos on. And I think it's a really good platform. I think Instagram's a lot better than Twitter. I think it's more engaging, and especially with the video, it's quite easy to use. So yeah, I can understand why you're using that.
yeah,
Well,
of course.
Thanks for giving us your time today, and it's like I said, I'll say it again, it's been great to talk to you. I'm going to be watching you, and if you've got any MP3s clean, send them to us. If you've got any not clean ones, send them to us, because we'll put them on on the Urban Rhythm Show, which is on a Saturday night, which is not a clean show. If you've ever listened to it, played you the other week.
Yeah, I heard the one the other day that you sent me over WhatsApp. I liked it when you said obviously about the swearing and stuff and the message before. It made me laugh, to be honest.
yeah, because it's quite interesting, because on that my brother panics because the station we're not controlled. I could have swearing on all day if I wanted to, but what I've said is, guys, we're a global station, but let's look at UK. If we've got UK listeners, let's sort of employ the watershed type thing. So until 9 o'clock, let's have the odd, let's keep it low key. And if there's any swearing, then after 9 o'clock, then just go for it. But the downside is we have listeners that tune in Australia. When that show goes out, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And we actually have some nurses that tune in and play the station on the ward. So we have to send a message saying, don't play this show because you'll get sacked. So yeah, but it's good. But it's got to have some way. You've got to have somewhere to get the music out in a vehicle, and that's why I thought do that show on a Saturday night. People can tune in. They can listen to it again on Mixcloud or on the website, which is great. But anyway, whatever you're doing today, have a great day, and I'm sure we'll speak to you soon. So thanks for your time.
Same goes to you, mate, and I wish you success as well.
Yeah, success. Thanks, buddy. Cheers. Yeah, wasn't that great? Yeah, go and check him out on YouTube. He's all over the place. The Surgeon. Just go to YouTube and type The Surgeon in. Some great tracks there. His videos are good as well, I like them. So yeah, you've been listening to an interview with an up-and-coming artist, and I'm guessing what? Yeah, what I'm guessing is he's going to make it because he's absolutely brilliant. I love his music. Yeah, so thanks for spending the time with me on this show. Really great to chat to you. Really get to understand you a bit more. Where the music comes from, why you do it, what you're passionate about. Good luck with everything you're doing as well in the community. That is ace. We need more of that. People, pay it forward. Go and help someone. You've got experiences and you can help someone go down the right path. Because guess what? If we all did that little bit, the ripple effect around the world would be phenomenal. And until next time, see ya.
The Duggystone Show.